Today, I am going to discuss with you numerical expressions. What is numerical expression? A numerical expression is a mathematical phrase that has numbers and operation signs but does not have an equal sign. So for addition, this is the sign. For subtraction, this is the operational sign. For multiplication, you're going to use this sign. And for division, you're going to use this sign. Now, what words indicate addition? Now, remember, we are just talking about numerical expressions, not word problems, okay? So, for addition, here are the possible words that you can use. Plus, add, increased by, total or sum, and more than. These words are for addition. For subtraction, these are the words that you're going to use. They are minus, subtract, decreased by, difference, and less than. For multiplication, we have the words product, times, twice or double if you're multiplying by 2, thrice or triple if you're multiplying by 3, and the other word is multiply. For division, we have only two for numerical expressions, which are the word divide and quotient. Now, let's try to translate numerical expressions to word expressions. I have here the numerical expression here, which is 7, and then the operational symbol for addition, and then 5. Now, how are we going to translate this into word expression? Now, since I have discussed with you a while ago that one of the words for addition is plus, so we can have 7 plus 5. And then the word add, 5 added to 7. Why 5 comes first? In our numerical expression, it is 7, which is the first number. But if you're going to translate it into a word expression, we have to name the second number first because it is the number to be added to 7. Okay? Not 7 to be added to 5 because we have 7 plus 5 here. So it's the 5 to be added to 7. Okay? The original number here is 7. So therefore, we name the second number first, or the number that comes after the plus sign. And in here, if we use the word increased by, we do not change the order of the addends because it is the 7 to be increased by 5. Okay? If you're going to use the word sum or total, it doesn't matter. You may use the given order of numbers, or you may flip it, okay, or change the order. So the sum of 7 and 5, or the sum of 5 and 7. It doesn't matter if you use the original arrangement or you flip it, as long as the word sum is used or total. Now the word more than. If you're going to look at our numerical expression, the first number is 7 and the second number is 5. But if you're going to translate this into a word expression, the second number or the number that comes after the plus sign should be named first. before the first number. Why? If you are going to add 7 and 5, the answer is 12. And 12 is 5 more than 7. Therefore, if we translate this, we don't say 7 more than 5. It is 5 more than 7. Because if you're going to add this, it is 12. And 12 is 5 more than 7, not 7 more than 5. So therefore, if more than is used, the second number should be the first number to be mentioned. Same is true with the word add or added to. Okay, we flip the number because it is the 5 to be added to 7. So the word add and the word more than, we change the order of the addends. Okay, now how about for subtraction? Let's try. Over here, I have here 15 and operational symbol of 8. And in the previous slide, I have discussed with you the different words for subtraction. Now, if we use the word minus, we don't change the order of the numbers. 15 minus 8. If we use the word subtract, we flip the numbers. It is because we cannot subtract 15 from 8. Rather, we subtract 8 from 15. So therefore, the number that comes after the subtraction sign should be named first. Subtract 8 from 15. The word decreased by, we don't change the order of the numbers. It's the first number is 15, so we name it first. Decreased by 8. Okay? Now, the word difference. The word difference here, the difference between 15 and 8. Can we flip the number? The difference between 8 and 15? I don't think so. Because subtraction is not commutative. So whatever the arrangement of the numbers, we follow it. 15 is the first number. Our first number here should be 15, and the second number is 8, so we have our second number 8. The difference between 15 and 8, okay? Same is true here. The word or the phrase less than, it is just the same with addition when we use the phrase more than, wherein we flip the numbers or we change the order. Okay, so the second number here is 8, or the number that comes after the subtraction sign is 8, we name it first. Why? Because if we subtract this, 15 minus 8 is 7. Okay? And 7 is 8 less than 15. Okay? So, if you use the word less than or phrase less than, you flip the number. If you use the word subtract, you also flip the number. The rest, we don't change the arrangement or the order of the numbers. Now, let's have multiplication by this time. Okay, I have here 6 and then a symbol for multiplication. We use the word product, we use the word multiply. At times, we use the word multiply. Okay, can we interchange the numbers? Yes, it doesn't matter here for multiplication. Whatever the arrangement, you may flip or not, they would be the same, correct? Okay, the product of 6 and 9, 6 times 9 multiply 6 and 9. Can we use the product of 9 and 6? Yes. Can we say 9 times 6? Yes. Can we say multiply 9 and 6? Yes. Okay, for multiplication, you can change the order of the numbers. Now let's have division. I have here 45, division symbol, and 15. In the previous slide, I had discussed only two words, which are the quotient and divided by. Okay? The quotient of 45 and 15, can we interchange that? I don't think so. Division is not commutative. Same is true here. Can we say 15 divided by 5? No, because you cannot get any group or even one group of 45 from 15. How about if there is the word or the article the? Like, for example, this one here. We are translating this one here, okay? So which means to say, if there is parenthesis here, you always use the article the inside when you're referring to inside, referring to which one should be solved first. Okay, in here, we have 6 multiplication sign, open parenthesis, 3, and then addition sign, 5, close parenthesis. If we are going to translate this, we know that this is times, and we know that this is plus or sum. It doesn't matter, okay? So, if you're going to translate this, 6 times what? The sum of 5 and, or the sum of 3 and 5. Because you're going to multiply 6 by not 3, not 5, but by the result of 3 plus 5. So if you're going to translate this, we are going to use the article the, which means to say we are going to multiply 6 by the sum of whatever number is inside the parentheses, by the sum of 3 and 5. Okay? We can also have the product of 6 and the sum of 3 and 5, which means to say, what are we going to multiply? The 6 and the sum, not the 3, not the 5, but instead the sum of 3 and 5. Same is true here. Multiply 6 and the sum of 3 and 5. So remember, if there is parenthesis and you want the operation inside the parenthesis to be done first, use the word or the article the. Okay? Now let's have more examples of translating numerical expressions to word expressions. I have here 7 and then the minus sign, open parenthesis, 3 plus sign, close parenthesis. If you're going to translate this, we know that this is subtraction sign, so we can use the word minus. And there is the parenthesis. We don't say just sum or plus or whatever word for addition. We have we use the article the. Okay? Remember, if there is parenthesis, we are going to use the article the before the operation inside the parenthesis. So 7 minus what? What are we going to subtract from 7? The sum of 3 and 2. Okay? Not 3, not 2, but the sum of 3 and 2, which means to say you're going to find the sum first of 3 and 2 before subtracting it from 7. Same is true here. 7 decreased by what? The sum of 3 and 2. Okay? The difference between 7 and what? The sum of 3 and 2. So remember, if there is parenthesis, we are going to use the article the, which means to say it is the result of whatever operation inside the parenthesis to be subtracted from, to be multiplied to be added to be divided to. Okay? So it doesn't matter what other operations are used. Okay? Remember, the means parenthesis. Okay? Same is true here. Subtract the what? The sum of 3 and 2 from 7. Not subtract 3 from 7 or 2 from 7, but it's the result of 3 plus 2 to be subtracted from 7. Okay? Let's have another one here. Now, you see parentheses here. Okay, so there is the word the. Now, half means to divide by what? 2. So, half as much as the sum of 5 and 7. What is to be divided by 2? The sum of 5 and 7. So, there's the word the there because of the parentheses. Same is true here. The sum of 5 and 7 divided by 2. What is to be divided by 2? Not 5, not 7, but the sum of 5 and 7. Using the word quotient here. The quotient of what? The sum of 5 and 7 and 2. Okay? So remember the.